Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is What's Trending. And joining me is the wonderful, the fabulous, the dynamic. She can do pretty much everything, CATHY Fulton. She is a co-host here on this show, and also on the show we just had before this. If you missed it, you want to go over to our YouTube channel and check it out. It's Aging Gracefully with Humor. She's also an expert presenter on our Talking Heads platform. She's a certified elevated listener, which means she gives you a safe space to share whatever it is that you need to share. And she's also a panelist on our show for women, by women, about women, a woman's prerogative. Welcome to the show, CATHY Fulton.
Thank you so much. Good morning again.
So nice to see you. You know, I was thinking on the last show that you and I are either dressed collectively together for the Philadelphia Flyers or for Halloween. I'm not really sure. Orange and black.
Hey, we like to keep it livened up, right?
We sure do. Yes. And we've got another fabulous show with a great guest, and he's going to share new and relevant information for our audiences listening and watching. Before we bring him out, CATHY Fulton, tell us a little bit about what you're doing when you're not on this platform and why you wanted to do this show, What's Trending.
Well, when I am not co-hosting with you, which is probably one of the best decisions that I ever made. I run a couple of businesses. One is I have an interior design firm that we've been in business for 22 years. And the bottom line with that business, what my main goal is, I help people create beautiful spaces that they love to live in. So many times people they want to do what their neighbor is doing. And I really like to drill down and get to know them and learn how they want to live in the space. So that's one thing that I do. I also have a home care agency for the elderly. And really what we specialize in at the end of the day is we help people age in place. And one of the best ways that we found to do that is to get them connected with live-in care. And so that's how I kind of weaving through, that's how I met our guest today. And it's just been such a phenomenal connection. And I cannot wait for this show and for everyone to hear what he has to say. Because one of the goals when you and I first started talking about what's trending is, what do we want people to walk away with? I want them to learn something. I want it to be something new. And so there you have it.
Thank you so much, CATHY. And yes, we're all about education here and entertainment. We want to have some fun, right? And I know our guest today is going to talk about putting the fun into aging and what's really trending when it comes to preparing for that glorious golden chapter of our lives, which when you think about it, it really is a blessing to be able to age and age well and have fun and enjoy yourself and be part of a community of people who are feeling the same way. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's, but to have someone with, the vision that he has for this new venture. I mean, everyone's just been set back on their heels, and I just know everyone's going to want to be a part of it. I knew once I sat down with their marketing department, I was all in. So, and apparently the rest of the world is feeling the same way.
It sounds like it. Let's put up the information for our guest who is joining us today. Let us welcome Hugh Reese, CEO of DwellAssured. Welcome back, sir.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It is a lot of fun chatting with both of you and providing some nice to know facts for your audience. It's fun. I'm the CEO of DwellAssured, as you indicated, and DwellAssured is it's a unique company. We have a sole mission of helping older adults successfully age in their homes and age in place. And our model creates a safe haven environment, enabling older adults to thrive while focusing on eliminating stress and anxiety and preserving their valued routines both in the home and in their community. It's a unique model that we have. It goes upstream against the standard geriatric care model, but I think it's going to be the future of aging, and we've been told it's the future of aging, going to be the future of aging.
And I really appreciate this because there was a time, at least in my world, that people wouldn't even talk about aging. It was kind of like, oh, well, let's not discuss that, but now to talk about it openly and to embrace the fact that we have choice, that we can be a part of how we live as we get older, as opposed to it being mandated to us. We can actually take action today. Is that true, Hugh?
Oh, that is so true. And in fact, I was telling you earlier that I created a list of I believe comments, and ageism is so rampant in the United States, and even from people who don't even can't even acknowledge that they are being ageist. They have the best of intentions, but yet it's just the way that it's been ingrained in our society. Ageism has just been ingrained. I believe that older adults want to focus on physical and mental fitness. Not diminishment. They want to embrace all their possibilities. They want to feel empowered as an active partner, not someone who is dependent. And as we age, it's important that we have continuous growth and that we have a sense of purpose and positive self-image. And these are some of the fundamental beliefs that we've built our company on.
This is so empowering what you're doing, and it's exciting. And I can just tell from meeting you at the last show and now, you're a fun person. Excuse me. You embrace having fun. Isn't that true?
Well, it is. And fun, like we talked about in the last show, fun is so important for so many different ways. And it increases your creativity, it improves your mental awareness, and it improves your mental and emotional well-being. And it actually extends your life and improves your physical vitality. So it's important that you thrive in your home while you're staying in your home. And Dr. JACALYN, 97% of all older adults want to stay in their homes. And it's an interesting fact that before the pandemic, 54% of their children would go to extraordinary means to help support this. And but now, after the pandemic, 91% of children will go to extraordinary means to assist and help their family members meet their goal of staying in their homes.
That is beautiful and so refreshing to hear. I know Kathy and I both support that.
100%. So can I ask you, Hugh, I mean, we've talked a lot about the process and everything that you offer, but I think people would be very intrigued to learn, how did you come up with this?
Oh my gosh, that is an interesting story, and there's so many things. But I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I've had successful businesses at an early age, and so my wife was able to volunteer with children at a children's hospital in DC, and so I have always felt it's important to give back to the community. I'm a Naval Academy graduate, and service to country is very important. And so I volunteered with older adults. It was just, that was the basis of my decision, go to the other end of the spectrum. And I found out that I enjoyed it. Older adults are so interesting. There's so many stories. There's so much wisdom. And I've enjoyed, I was a volunteer. I'm a charioteer at church. I'm an expert wheelchair pusher, companion in nursing homes. I was a hospice volunteer for 2 years. And then I gradually became chairman of the board of several nonprofits, and some of them pretty rich. I mean, pretty big, and with a lot of endowment. And then some of them, I actually, at some point after my father died, was a paid executive at a hospice and nursing home. And so just different things that have prepared me for fixing what I observed. And the geriatric care model, which has been the same for 30 years, I just thought it was time to do something different.
Well, we're so glad that you did.
Well, and so many things are broken in our world today. I mean, I won't go down the list, but as you've alluded to, geriatric care is one of them. But I love the way that you think out of the box. And you were telling me a story about when I believe you were working in a nursing home and everybody took a wing. Does that story ring a bell?
Oh, that is so true.
How you got the fun going? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is when I was an executive director. And so I had someone, all the managers take one of the 8 wings. And so the last wing chosen was the one I took, and it was the Alzheimer's wing. And so I took that and went in, and when I made my first visit, the head nurse met me at the door, and she had one of our patients, and I introduced me to her. And the first question I asked was, "Oh, nice to meet you. How long have you been here?" You know, it's one of those questions you want to just grab back, because obviously with Alzheimer's, it was not one that was an appropriate question to ask. But you know, that's it's part of learning and growing. And but part of the story, Kathy, that I told you, is so important for us to not limit our imaginations. I went in and I saw the waiting room, not the lot. It was kind of like a lounge, and it was a really nice lounge, but no one was in there. And so we figured out that we should go ahead and convert that lounge into a 1950s hot shops or diner with jukeboxes, and all of a sudden the memories were energized. And when I walked in there after that project was completed, and every time thereafter, that lounge, that diner was filled with residents of the wing and their families. And it was just heartwarming. And then we got a grant for someone to make a Monopoly game. And instead of having the places where you stop being Boardwalk and Park Place and Reading Railroad, it was all addresses from where the patient had grown up and they had experienced, and the families were able to play Monopoly using those. And it was just the smiles on everyone's face. It was just, again, heartwarming is the best way to describe it.
That's so beautiful. I have tears in my eyes.
You're pretty creative.
It's just, you know, we're only limited by our imaginations. That's one of my favorite terms. And it's how we're going about what we're doing. You know, we at DwellAssured, we create a SafeHaven 360 plan. And this is part of our model. And this is, you know, it's created by a nurse and an occupational therapist that go in and they evaluate the older adult, their home, their environment, and how they interact with that environment and how that environment interacts with them. And then the nurses and occupational therapists create an aging in place plan. And it will typically have three dozens of requirements that are going to be facing this particular older adult as they age. And then we deliver the plan, and those requirements are prioritized. Some are important now, usually safety requirements, and then others are not so significant now, but they will be in 5 to 10 years. And so we create this plan, and the nurse will check in every month, the registered nurse, and they will see how everyone's doing with the plan. But that check-in will end with 3 questions. What's causing you stress right now? What's causing you anxiety? And what is preventing you from doing any of your routines that are so valued to you, in your home and in your community? When the older adult answers that question, and when the family members answer those questions, you know what's going on with their lives and what challenges they're facing. And then we have a group of vetted service providers, over 60 categories, that have vowed to take care of the older adults and not take advantage of the older adults. And they assist with the challenges. And it's what we call the SafeHaven. And we believe that every older adult should be in a SafeHaven, and we believe they deserve to be in a SafeHaven.
Thank you, Hugh. Follow-up question is, when we are planning ahead, and we discussed in the last show that in the third quarter we should start planning, if not sooner, should we consider getting a home like Kathy was talking about, where everything is either on 1 floor or 2 floors and we eliminate the stairs?
Well, that's one way to go. Homes, the fact is, homes were not built for people to stay in them for 40 years and plus, and for us to age in. And so there are obstacles like steps, grade changes, and the designs of the kitchens and the bathrooms. And, there really are modifications that need to be made. And so if you can work out a plan, a financial plan that enables you to make those modifications, you figure out that it's less expensive than buying a new place, that is I believe the preferred route to go, because even though it's less expensive to stay in your homes and age in your homes than to move and go to different facilities and different environments, the reason why older adults, 97%, want to stay in their homes, the majority, the reason is not financial, though that plays a role. The reason is because it's less stressful. There's less anxiety than moving, staying in their homes. And those valued routines, both in the home and in the community, are so important.
Thank you for that. Kathy?
Right. Right. And I think another reason why people are electing to stay in their homes is I don't think that people really and truly want to get rid of their things, or at least 75% of their things, and then be reduced to a 1-bedroom, or whatever would fit into a 1-bedroom apartment. I mean, I have watched my mother over the years. I mean, just as a kid, watch her accumulate these things and all the memories and attachments that she has to them, because, say, for example, she would have a yard sale and she would save that money and put it towards a piece of furniture. I mean, just things like that. And then all of a sudden you reach this benchmark and it's like, okay, game over. Let's sell it all. And you go live here. And I mean, people have, I mean, you're older, but you still feel, you still love, you have these memories, you have these attachments. And to just say, okay, well, I'm however many years old, and now it's time to say goodbye to all those things, is heartbreaking to me. But again, my benchmark is watching my mom over the years, how she collected these things and how she incorporated them into making a home for all of us. And then all of a sudden we have to pitch it. I mean, it's just that's my take on it as well. I don't know what you're seeing out there.
Well, it's definitely, it is one of my common words is heartwarming. And, you know, what you speak is the truth, Kathy. And, you know, but this is what's trending now. You know, this is the show, the current trends. And trending now is aging in place. And it's not just it's a global phenomenon. And you need a plan when you age in place. Everyone throughout their whole life, whenever they had a major undertaking or a major project, you always plan it out and you follow your plan. And you know, this is staying in a home is probably, you know, for a 75-year-old is probably one of the most important decisions that they've made. And it should have a plan. And there are no textbooks on aging in place. There are no designations for people who medical designations for people who are aging in place experts. There are some home modification type experts. There are some designations, but not the all-encompassing aging in place task and challenge. So so we have our SafeHaven 360 plan is built around, you know, safety and security, health and well-being, physical environment on the physical home, relationships and routines, and meaning and purpose in life. And it's spearheaded by that registered nurse who checks in every month and asks those questions, and ends with those 3 questions. So I think that if there's any way that a team can work, a team of family members, a team of DwellAssured members can work with the older adult to help them preserve those things that are so important for them as long as possible. Some people will be able to age in place for the rest of their life. Some people will not be able to do that. But if we can do it for as long as possible, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I totally love this idea of what you're doing, because we're not alone. There's help, there's resources. We don't have to figure it out. And I feel there's a lot of guilt in trying to make decisions. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing for the person? And to know that you have all these resources and all this expertise of decades is just so heartwarming. So thank you for that. It's
we just teamed. We have 30 national partners that have partnered with us to set up a safe haven in 60 different population centers in the United States. And within the next 5 years, we plan to divest that into 214 population centers, which will make it a community-based operation, 214 different safe havens. One of our partners that we actually signed up yesterday, national partners, a home healthcare company. We don't replace a home healthcare company. We supplement them and complement a home healthcare company. They are one of our service providers that helps meet challenges. They sent out an article that they had written on a program they're putting in on how to enable people who suffer from dementia and cognitive issues can stay in their homes with their team's help and assistance. And it's really interesting. When I started this plan for five years ago, this was not an option. If you had cognitive issues or dementia, staying at home was not a possibility. It was too difficult, and we didn't we didn't know how to handle it. That's changing now. We had a group from Texas call us up. They had they're experts in daycare centers for people with cognitive issues, and they saw a change in the aging in place trend, and so they're developing a model now that incorporates what they've learned through their centers, their day centers, and incorporating it into a at-home model. And they want to partner with us as we scale throughout the United States. It's really exciting, the developments that are going on.
And how quickly everything is blossoming and blooming. That's really wonderful. We're going to delve into this a little bit deeper, but we're going to take a commercial break first and hear from some of our sponsors. So do stay with us. We'll be coming right back with Kathy and Hugh. And now we're going to take a look at the Earthshot Prize. We'll be right back.
Ours is a world of wonder. Every day it reminds us of its beauty. It touches us, teaches us, and astounds us. But it also warns us that what we throw away does not go away. That higher temperatures mean a lot more than longer summers. That we can no longer take life as we know it for granted. We are at a unique stage in our history. Never before have we had such an awareness of what we are doing to the planet. And never before have we had the power to do something about that.
That people can take care of themselves today so that they can live a longer, healthier life. And we also know that there are many more people today living over the age of 100 than ever before. So with what you're doing at DwellAssured, it's really so comforting to know that as we have this extra amount of time, that's a true gift if we do all the right things and taking care of ourselves today, that we can continue to live a fabulous, fun-filled life with grace and dignity in our own homes. Can you talk more about that?
Oh, well, that's an excellent point. You know, I heard an interesting fact the other day that if you're a married couple and you're both over 65, the chances are you're more likely, one of you is more likely to live to the age of 87 years old. that is that speaks to the longevity that you were talking about. And maintaining an active lifestyle, maintaining a fun lifestyle is really critical. And we spoke about that in the last show. But I have a pet peeve where and it's because of all my years working with older adults. When I drive by a golf course and I see some 60-year-olds who appear to be retired and they're teeing off on the first tee, I just think, what a waste, because these people they have developed all this wisdom over all these years, and when you hit a certain age and you feel it's time to retire from what you're doing, jump into working in what your passion is, working where you've developed all of your expertise, where you have your interests, and change careers and help society with all of your wisdom. And that is really a pet peeve of mine. And with the longevity that you have now, you'll be able to have a whole different career at the pace you wanted, working with the things that please you. This company of mine, like I said, I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I was focused in anything that had to do with real estate, residential real estate. I had an affinity group of companies, and but now I'm working with older adults, and I've extricated myself from all of my previous businesses, and I am focusing now on what I am passionate about. And I think that everyone has special gifts, and you should know what your special gifts are and focus this last quarter of your life working within the areas that you have special gifts, interests, and passion.
Hugh, thank you for that. I think you just shared another trend. What's trending is stop doing the things that don't please you and find your passion, especially in this golden chapter, and do what it is that makes you happy.
Exactly. And that's what I'm doing. I joke. I have a network of friends that are Naval Academy graduates that graduated with me. And I tell them all that I feel like Ensign Reese again with this new company and what we're doing. And I tell everyone that I can't fit into my naval uniform anymore to serve our country that way. So I'm trying to serve our country now by helping older adults.
So, Hugh, everyone that I have interfaced with in your company, they are unbelievable. They are, so I'm thinking that everyone else that you are hiring to be on your staff is equally as wonderful, if not better, if that's possible. Where do you find these people? Because this is so wonderful, the way that these people that I've met, that they interact and they care and they're great communicators. Where are you finding them?
It's so funny that you asked that, because it's not because I'm out there beating the pavement looking for these people. Compassionate people with an interest and a passion for older adults. They're constantly, looking at what's going on out there in the community, and they have found us. These partners that I was telling you about, they found us. We have one business development person, and there's what he's accomplished in all this time. It's not possible for one person to do that if they are constantly going out and beating the pavement. People are finding us. People believe in our vision. They understand our vision, and they come and they ask to be a part of it. And that's the case with every single person we have at DwellAssured.
That's amazing.
It's
that
the
really
place to be.
Well, it's a compassionate, people who work with older adults are the most compassionate people that I have ever met. And when you go to the hospice environment, they're at another level and of compassion. And so I'm thrilled and to work with all these people, and they push back when we have ideas. I'm an idea guy, and not all of my ideas are brilliant. And so and they push back at the ideas that aren't brilliant, and and it's really funny. We have a lot. Again, you have to have fun, and you have to be compassionate, and you have to be doing something that you believe in, and that's part of our success story at DwellAssured. That everyone is in that area and in that category.
And Hugh, I would love if you would share, what do you like to do for fun in addition to all these wonderful ideas that you're coming up with?
What an incredible story. So someone actually asked me that before, and I like to joke around. My family doesn't want me to joke because they tell me I'm not funny, but whenever family members are not within earshot, I love to joke. And so someone asked me that question, and I said, oh, I love to work. I love to work 24/7. It's how I have fun, and I enjoy working. Well, it is. I do enjoy working, but that's not how you have fun. You have fun doing things that really interest you and make you laugh, and I love to sing, and I started a quartet with 3 other individuals. I was the youngest member of the quartet. And we sang barbershop music, and we sang anything that was a cappella. And so I used to always joke, that's better than Valium. And my wife of 42 years, she loves gardening, and she belongs to a group of people that study ikebana, Japanese flower arranging. And this weekend I went to a potluck dinner with all the people that are involved in that, and it was so fun. Again, we were some of the youngest people there, and just hearing all the stories and all the fun conversations, and hearing people say that was one of the things that they missed the most during the pandemic was meeting every Wednesday afternoon or meeting every Monday morning. There were 4 different groups that met, and each time they met, they did a flower arrangement, and they had a mentor that helped teach them and help them with the flower arranging. It was, and then when we were at the potluck dinner, everyone contributed a flower arrangement. They did that they did in their class that week, and just the joy that everyone felt, and the spirit that was in that room and in that environment was just. It was, again, my favorite word, heartwarming.
I'm smiling ear to ear just listening to you. That's fantastic. I would love to have your wife on our new show, Global Homes and Gardens. That would be so much fun. And we have to have you on the film and music show so you can sing.
That is that sounds like fun. My wife, she's been doing something that she's been doing for 10 years, and she just became a sensei in ikebana, which is a Japanese master instructor and teacher. And so,
wow.
And her previous career was as a teacher. She has degrees in education, reading, and child development, and but this is now her new compassion career, and she loves it. It's so much fun for her.
Well, please do ask her to register to be on the show. I'd love to meet her and understand what she's doing, and have the rest of our viewers and listeners get to meet her as well.
That sounds like a plan.
Fabulous. Well, our show has come to an end. How quickly time goes by. And Hugh, once again, I'm going to spotlight you and ask you to just share with our audience, especially people listening on the radio who can't read the banner, how do they get in touch with you, and who should contact you?
Well, I am my email address is Hugh, Hugh, Reese, REESE, at DwellAssured.com. And that is also one of our URLs, our websites is DwellAssured.com. And then another one of our website addresses is www.SafeHavenForSeniors.org. And that's SafeHaven, which is what we strive to provide for everyone, SafeHavenForSeniors.org. And I'd love to have anybody who has a passion for and performs a service for older adults to reach out to me, because we'll never have enough service providers to assist. And anyone who, it's Father's Day coming up, so if you would like to get one of our plans, which is $40 a month. If you want to get one of your plans for your loved ones, it's a unique gift for someone you love. Reach out and go to the website or reach out to me, because we believe every older adult should be in a safe haven, and every older adult deserves to be in a safe haven where they're taken care of and not taken advantage of.
Great way to summarize everything. Thank you very much. And it's been an absolute pleasure. And please do come back and see us on this or any of our other shows.
Oh, it's been so much fun talking to both of you. You're both very accomplished and very interesting. And I hope I've been able to contribute to some of that interest with you. Thank you for having me.
You've been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to log off. I've got to go back to some of my fun business meetings.
Best wishes with your meetings, and do come back and see us again, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Kathy, your next show is coming up. You're Talking Heads 3 in a row. So
I tell you what, I'm on a roll today.
You sure are. It's Thursdays with Kathy. So I'm going to spotlight you. And if you can just give your contact information, I've added your email address, which is on there now. So
yeah.
There you go.
So if you need any help with interior design or home care agency, feel free to reach out. I'm at 703-895-3798, or you can email me at kathyfulton1965@gmail.com. And just remember, that's Kathy with a C.
Kathy with a C.
Sometimes I say C as in Cinderella, but then people look kind of funny at me. So
I like that. That's cute. Very nice. All right, my dear friend, I'll let you go, and I'll see you shortly in the other studio.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye. And thank you again to each and every one of you for watching our shows, or for listening to our shows, for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you're over there on YouTube watching, just click subscribe. We'd love to have you. And as I've shared before, we have 29 shows on average each week. Something I'd like to share that's unrelated, in addition to being the president and the founder of USA Global TV, I also have another side of my business, which is drjacalyn.com. I'm a certified life and career coach. I'm a certified meditation coach. I'm a certified yoga instructor. And I'm the listening mentor, which means I teach people how to listen at an elevated level. And we have a team here of people who have been certified as elevated listeners. I personally feel that it is extremely important for each and every one of us to learn how to listen without judging, without providing a solution, without interrupting, and without stage hogging. That's where I tell you something and then you tell me something else that's even better than what I shared with you. And all of these things make the person who's actually sharing feel unwanted, feel unheard. And that becomes a cause for anxiety, for low self-esteem, and certainly for relationship problems. So I've made it very affordable, at least I've tried to, for people to get certified as elevated listeners. I have a 2.5-hour course that you can take at your leisure, and it's $257. Once you have taken the course, you will get a 7-question quiz. And when you receive 100%, yay, you got it all right, you are certified as an elevated listener. You actually receive a certificate, and that certificate and your headshot go onto my website, drjacalyn.com. talkingheads.com. And you also are invited to be a regular guest on our TV show, The Listening Mentor. So please do consider that. I'll put the information over here into the comments. And I'd love to have as many people join us. We are getting more and more people who realize the importance of listening in their personal lives as well as in their professional lives. And for everyone out there who thinks that they're an excellent listener, let's see when you take the course. People come in and they'll say, oh, I'm a 9 out of 10. And then after the course, they're like, oh, I'm actually a 5. I'm actually a 6. But now they've learned how they can be a 9. So let's do that all together collectively as a community, the power of listening. Thank you so much. We'll see you right back here, wherever you're watching on Talking Heads. Thank you.